Hello, and welcome to Session 8 of the Crossmeet campaign. Previously in Kulthania, our heroes, after many of the guards had left the city of Crossmeet and surrounding cities, leaving the town with a few guards, the people of Crossmeet were on the verge of a panic, and the party successfully helped to quell a potential riot, dispersing the public and resulting in no deaths and only some minor injuries to a few foolish individuals. In gratitude for doing this, the mayor, Jasper Fanber Halfling, he rewarded the party with a house, which was normally reserved for the guards of Crossmeet, and since there are fewer guards around, this house came up empty. And so technically he sold it to you for 1 copper, and you now have the deed to this house. And I'll show you where this house is. Let's just do the screen share. And it's this house right here, between the R and the D, the very last house of those identical looking houses.
Yeah.
On Guard Row.
And
So, as I recall, it was the evening, early evening maybe, supper time, something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And two of you guys had just left to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Right?
no, we had left to go get the donkey from up the street.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah, I was gonna say originally we were gonna go shopping, and then you had us go.
I wanted to give you your house first.
Right.
Silly house.
Silly. Well, now we have a place for our stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Otherwise, you're gonna have to throw the clothes in the dirt. So who has left the house and who is still at the house?
I don't remember leaving.
I thought you went with me to go get the donkey.
Did I?
I thought.
I thought so.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, well, it's up to you then.
I have no recollection of that.
I think that sounds right. I'm pretty sure there was 2 of you that left and 2 of you that stayed.
Well, doesn't matter. I mean, whoever wants to stay, stays. Whoever wants to have left.
Do you want to go with them? I promise you won't die one way or the other.
No,
I
sorry.
cannot promise.
You can't promise that.
Right. I, however, cannot
I mean,
promise.
I could kill him if you want, but
No promises to Steve.
Whoa.
Well, Thashif, yay, nay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say I'm staying at the house because that's what I remember.
Okay, so Johnhead is going by himself to get this
Okay.
Scoot the pony. Okay, so let's start with Johnhead then. So it is about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It is the 17th of Leaf Fall.
Right, and if I remember correctly, as I was leaving, I saw people walking up to the house.
A person, yes. I'm going to get to that in a moment.
So, don't care.
So it's cool. As I said, it's around the supper hour or just past. You can start to see the streets get a little bit more busy as some of the workers come into town, leaving their jobs and heading for the tavern or heading to their homes. So maybe describe your character. Tell us what you're thinking about.
So Jada looks pretty similar to what he's looked the other 7 episodes. He's a tall guy, half orc, little tusky, but not too bad. He's wearing some loosely fitted, I guess you might say, Arabic-styled clothes. He's got a little bit of a paunch to him, and at the moment he is walking back towards the 3 with, I believe it was some carrots that I was given that Scoot really likes, and
That's right.
yeah, I mean, part of what he's thinking about is this entire town is crazy, because the price of that house seems way under what market value would be. And also, a lot of weird stuff happens here. But mostly, he's thinking about the fact that he can scoot back to the house, not have to pay for it anymore, and also maybe start some sort of like little garden or something in the back, and also all the delicious dinners that Anna and
Gwen.
yep, that person. Oh yeah, Gwen. Yeah, are going to cook for him. Them.
Cool.
Us. Me.
Cool. Okay, so you're walking along. As I said, you're passing several of the townspeople. Some of them look kind of familiar to you, and then I think I've seen that guy before. You're getting a few smiles and nods, some stares. Few people pass you and don't at least give you a glance. Okay, so back at the house. Tell us what you're doing. Okay, so Talrun, since you are back at the house, what are you doing back at the house?
I'm lying down on that bed in that room. And I'm not finding it as
back it up a
comfortable.
bit there, son. Which bed, which room? This is just something you guys might want to settle.
Well, not yet. Certainly.
Dennis, did I go into the right one and you went into the left one? Yeah, that's settled.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, where are those two gonna sleep? Wow.
Oh, you'll find out.
Well, I heard Grim mumble something about a hammock, so I'm thinking that's what he wants to do.
Well, until I hear Belmira has a thing for wizards, then
And for all he knows, he can summon a chair, so he can summon a bed too. That's
Yeah, only for now, I'm afraid.
That's all you need.
Meanwhile, I'm just sort of out in the main room there, sort of cleaning. Not in any significant way yet. Just trying to like any bits of wood, remnants of wood, like from broken furniture. I'm kind of throwing in there into the fireplace. And once I get enough of it in there, I just do a quick firebolt to just ignite it. And
Including John Dad's main weapon.
Huh?
yeah.
Including John Dad's main weapon.
I'm assuming he has that with him. So,
just
and then other than that, I'm just kind of going around with prestidigitation and just kind of like, kind of moving my hands in these kind of broad sweeping motions, sending little cyclones of dust, to coalesce in little lumps in one area. So I'm just kind of like walking around doing that, cleaning up some of the bigger chunks of dirt. We'll get someone in here to do more with it later, but for now, as far as dress goes, I'm still dressed as I was in the kind of patchwork clothes, not rags by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly not coordinated in any way, and they look like they've been repaired many times. I had dreams of acquiring a new jacket with the money I have in my pocket, but we were drawn to this situation, so I'm making the best of it. Checking out the nice little counter setup, and I take a quick peek down into our larder to see how far down it goes, and
it goes down about 12 feet,
Mhm.
and then it's about 6 by 6. There's an empty barrel at the bottom of it. There's a couple of buckets, and there's a ladder that runs right down one wall.
all right, I make a note of it, and a mental note, and is just gonna go back to cleaning for now.
The place is by no means disgusting, but it's clear that the two previous tenants weren't the neatest. They left the place pretty messy. So what is Belmira doing?
She's sitting at the table, at the chair at the end, up towards the sleeping rooms, and she's reading the deed for the house, going over the details of it. She had some previous experience with reading legal documents. By the way, is because this is a Dwarven kingdom. Is it kind of like all official text? Is that in Dwarven? That's kind of like the high speech.
No, it's in common because it's a multiracial nation. But
That's
there
so
might be
unlike.
some dwarven marks on it.
Okay, so unlike dwarves, not to snub it, but okay. So she's reading that and kind of coming with small comments as Grim is cleaning. Kind of like if you have the picture of the husband reading the newspaper while the wife is doing the cleaning, that's the scene.
Gender's reversed here. That's awesome. Okay, so back on the street, Jada, you have made it to the 3 and the stables that are just outside the 3 right here. And yeah, you can see that there are several horses there. In fact, there are people walking up even as you do, hitching additional horses under there, flipping a coin to the stable boy Ron.
Okay. I'll wait for everybody else to more or less clear out.
Okay, so you find a break in the traffic.
And yeah, I'll go in there and I walk up to little donkey and just pet him and give him some couple of carrots.
He leans his head towards you affectionately, and he appreciates it. His lips come out and he sloppily munches on the carrots, getting most of them in his mouth, a few little bits of carrot flying here and there.
So then I'll find Ron, and he's
standing right there looking at you, kind of a stupid look on his face.
And that's just his face. He can't help it.
You're right.
He's right. It's a good job you have done, but it's time for Scoot here to come with me. He have house up road now, up near guard place.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I did already feed him once today. He looks down, looks up, looks down. Sort of looks up at you, looks down again.
And how much is one feeding?
2 commons.
But isn't it how much it costs me each day?
3.
So what? Breakfast is more expensive than dinner?
Well, I can't break a common in half, so it's 2 commons.
I mean, if you try real hard, no, it's fine. Here's all 3. Okay, you do a good job. You keep the other for yourself.
Listen, she has a tendency to get tangled in her rein there in her leash there on her front left foot. So watch for that.
Okay. Yes.
She's had a bit of diarrhea lately too.
It's gross. Well, it is maybe because of what she eating.
No.
It's like
so you shouldn't have given her carrots, maybe?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Smart kid.
It's like picking up your kid in kindergarten and you just get a little report of how the kid is doing.
And what have you been feeding her?
Oh, mostly the feed that the farmers bring down there. I got donkey feed.
Smell must be reach out and pack.
Yeah. And if I want to buy donkey feed from you, I can do this, yes?
Well, I don't sell it. I just buy it for the stables.
Yes, but there are no other donkeys. I am taking it.
There are no donkeys now.
Yes, but there is still donkey food.
Yes. Yes, there is.
And can I buy donkey food?
But I don't know. We don't sell donkey food. I just
how much
Faye tells me to buy it, and
Yes, and how much do you pay for donkey food?
Well, I don't know if they pays for it.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to put the reins back for the donkey, and I'm going to walk inside and find Faye.
Okay. So yeah, you find Faye no trouble. She's behind the counter. The place is quite busy at supper time, and she's popping around from table to table, smiling at people.
All right. I'll wait for her to wander back up to the front and.
Oh, hello there, dearie. What can I get you? She's looking up, being the little halfling woman that she is.
I am taking a scoot to a new house. I'm sure you've heard.
Sure.
And I was
Okay.
I was wondering if I could buy a remainder of donkey food. You have no more donkeys to feed.
True. It's a pretty full trough. Well, take half of what's there. Just help yourself.
Yo.
Leave half in case someone else brings a donkey. I get the occasional mule.
But small child said he had mule food also. I am so confused. Okay, thank you.
It's the same food. How does he separate the donkey and the mule food?
Apparently, the merchant that has been coming to town might be swindling him then, because he is convinced that there is different mule food.
Oh, I'll talk with that boy. He does good work and he works cheap. Well, thanks, dearie. Yeah, just help yourself.
All right.
You're a good customer.
All right. Well, I'll go out there and I'll shovel donkey food into the little cart that came with Scoot, and then I'll.
So Ron is standing there watching you.
Very shrewd.
Are you taking that?
I'm only taking half. So, she said take half, leave half. Also, she said to tell you that mule and donkey eat same thing. Is not different food.
Oh, I thought they looked similar. Okay.
Well, yes. You have a nice night.
Okay. So meanwhile, back at the house, Almera is reading a deed. Grim is cleaning. Toron is lying down, and you guys hear on the door.
Okay.
Bama will look up for the deed and look to Grim. Be a dear, would you? And she will go back to reading.
So, so I have a broom in my hand. I had conjured the broom out of thin air earlier when I was cleaning, and I
dress like a lady a lot.
I do. I'm comfortable with my gender. Thank you. So I pick up the broom, and I kind of twist it in my hands, and it turns into a club. and I kind of tuck it up like behind my arm as I walk over to the door, and I say, "Yeah, can I help you?"
I'd like to speak to the individuals inside. Ivan mentioned that you're friends of Silas.
Ivan, eh?
Can we not speak through the door, please?
One moment, sir.
I just want to point out, if you wish,
yeah.
just a few feet to the side of the door, there's a window you could peek out and see who's out there.
Okay. Well, actually, I was going to whisper back at Belmera. That other wizard you guys had what was his name?
Silas? Cyrus?
Cyrus? Which one?
Silas, I think.
Okay.
We didn't know that long.
We didn't speak that much.
The guy. Oh no, speaking, I get it.
So I'll lift up the latch and I'll just keep the club in my hand, and I'll open it a bit. Say, come in, and I'll kind of have the door in front of me, and then I'll close it behind him.
Okay, so you see a human there. He's about 5'6". He's wearing a wide brim black hat. He's got a dark traveling cloak that covers most of his front, a slender build. The hat and cloak are fine make. And he comes in, he brushes himself off a little bit. Thank you, yes. Is Silas Baleroth here?
I'm afraid he recently passed away. A rather unfortunate incident with a bit of furniture, I'm led to believe.
Oh, really?
Yes, but his next of kin, and I gesture to Belmira, is right over here.
Yeah, I tap the papers from the deed and I put them down on the table, and I get up. Yeah, I look at him, trying to determine if he looked like Silas, and then she realized that all humans look the same to her. So, yeah. Are you
So
related?
was this some sort of will?
May I sit down?
Oh, please help yourself.
By the
So
way,
he sits down.
my name is Belmira, and this is well, this is Grim. Uh, I guess you could call me Silas' wife.
Really? As you're talking, he reaches inside a cloak and he pulls out some blank parchment. From another pocket, he pulls out an inkwell and feather pen. He goes, "I have to make some notes, if you don't mind."
That's okay. So you mentioned
He also takes out a kind of a hard piece of wood, which he fastens the paper to facilitate with him writing on it. You say you are Belmera's wife, or Silas's wife. Belmera, was it?
Well, technically, we yeah.
And when did this wedding occur?
That's kind of like an informal thing, maybe a few days ago. You have to forgive me. I'm quite distraught, losing my husband like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she leans in and kind of supports herself on Grim's shoulder and kind of give him a sad look. And
Oh,
You hear a muffled laugh from Torrin's room.
well, I was gonna say, as you reach way up to touch my shoulder, because
okay,
you probably just want to lean against my hip and put your
okay.
your
So
fingers to my side.
fair enough. She'll lean against him.
I go, oh, and I kind of look down, with a slightly annoyed and puzzled look.
Fenton reacts to the sound that comes from the room. There is someone else here?
Yes, that is an associate of ours.
Perhaps they'd be good enough to join us.
I
Are
guess.
they also friends of Silas?
When I open the door and walk in.
Did you know Silas Baleroth?
Yeah, I met him and knew him for a few days.
When
Met in the Tavern of the Free.
when his attention is on Torun, I will turn to Grim and kind of give him the chief chant of "We got a mark." I have no idea if he'll pick up on that, but for all he knows, he's one of them.
You do it to who?
To Grim.
To me, he's
Okay,
trying to give me the signal that this guy's a mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give me some details surrounding the death of Silas Baleroth?
We were
The alleged death of Silas Baleroth.
we were asked to clear out a room full of furniture that had come to life,
Oh,
and during the process, Silas was killed.
Belmira will sit down on the chair. Oh, it's too soon.
No, I'm afraid I must insist on the details here. You see, I was sent from Anrock. He pulls out a small book that has writing in it. and he's consulting the book like reading his notes. Yes, one Phala and Gerald Baileroth sent me to bring Silas back. Did you know he was wanted for questioning and a murder?
No, says Torun, sounding surprised but not looking at.
He's looking like I call that. Yeah, but Bama
Sorry.
will come with a little whimper. Oh, he never mentioned that. He mentioned that he had a troubled past, but well, you have to understand it was love at first sight. So we were completely. She gives Torun a look. So we were consumed by that, and we really didn't discuss the past that much. We were focused on the future.
You nuked him for 2 days.
The death. Can you say it was some animated furniture? There are
Yes,
witnesses that can back this up. Any witnesses other than each other?
You mean witnesses to the actual deed? You know, people who were in the room while
Witness
it
to
happened?
the murder of Silas Baileroth.
Well, I can witness the animated furniture because I helped them to eradicate the murderous furniture myself. So I did not see this Silas murdered, but I can say that there was indeed murderous furniture.
You
Okay.
can talk to the people at the house
And I
if you
did not
wish
know
further
them at the time.
Yes, maybe you can talk to the good wife Anna. She owns the house.
And she saw this Silas get murdered in her own house?
She saw the what transpired after that. She didn't see the actual, and she kind of sighs.
So
It was a very small room.
They're taking off his life, and she kind of wipes away a tear.
So he points at Torun. So you were the only witness to his murder.
She was in the room, and so was another one of our companions who isn't here right now.
Yes, and an honorable cleric of Joaquin.
But he was being pressed by 2 bookcases at the time, so I don't think he saw the actual thing.
Well, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I've heard a lot of stories. It's not the first time that I've heard that the person I'm looking for was allegedly already dead. But it is the first time anyone has used the murdered by furniture defense. So I'm going to ask if there's any other story you might want to tell me, something might be closer to believable.
Would you believe he drowned after fighting a mermaid?
Understand
the
my
furniture
position
thing actually
here.
happened.
His parents sent me to track him down, and there are people want to talk to him for questioning regarding the murder of his former master, a alleged wizard named, he checks his notes, Andrew Kranich. And yet when I get here, oh no, he is not here. He in fact is dead, and he has been killed by furniture. You can see how difficult this might be for me to accept as a story.
Well, look.
Well, Balmera,
I understand your confusion. This is the first I'm hearing about this parents and this alleged murder thing. But
and do you find this story credible?
Well, I do, in fact, because as I said, I personally witnessed the murderous furniture myself, and it helped them to finally defeat it. So I can confirm the murderous furniture, but I did not see the murder. Now, with that aside, let's take that bit of information that we can hold as solid at this point, push it aside for a moment, and I believe these gentlemen were telling me that their companion is at the moment interred in the local cemetery. So I'm sure that if you would like to exhume the body, you can see the body for yourself with the incriminating wounds on it from the furniture.
Well, Gwen, you say? Where might I find this Gwen and Anna?
You can talk to Gwen at the 3, in the center of the town.
And I will speak to the sexton about the interred body, and rest assured I will be speaking to Ivan and the rest of the guards. Well, thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Excuse me. One point was there any talk of a reward for avenging their son's death?
Reward? Oh no. No. You misunderstand. In fact, it is likely that the parents are going to want some of his possessions back, and so if I were to go to the graveyard, speak to the sexton, and find this body of Silas, would his possessions be among his body, or is he buried with his possessions?
Belmera, did you bury him with his possessions?
I think he had everything with him.
He's not
according
buried.
to what these blue.
So I have what meager possessions he had on him.
I see. Right, because you're his wife, and so you should have them, right?
Well, we just kind of kept them in case. I was actually, and she she goes into the other room, and she looks through her backpack, but the letter she hasn't mailed because it was way too expensive. And she comes back. I was actually writing a letter to his next of kin, informing him of his murder, and I gave it to him. And you can see.
Might I read this?
Yeah, of course. And you can see, like, the date, and I pointed date. So there's no foul play here.
So he reads the letter.
I turn to Belmera as if I'm talking to her, but loud enough so he can hear. I say, "Look, Belmera, those possessions, he gave them to you as a gift when you were married, didn't he? You can't say that those are his. I mean, he'd want you to have them, wouldn't he?"
Well, we did promise to share everything in our love.
Yeah, I know. I turn back and look. She's been crying every night since I've seen her. It breaks my heart. It's been dreadful.
Yeah, she kind of begins to whimper and kind. It brings back so terrible memories, Ben. Like the look on his face as he's lying, bleeding out. The light was fading from his eyes, and it's so horrible. And she kind of throws her face into Grimm's chest and kind of whimpers.
I want you to make me a deception check, please.
I say to him, look, she even shaved her beard off in mourning.
Meanwhile, I'm just shaking my head.
I have a 20 in deception.
Okay.
I turn to Talrun and I look at him and I say, I know, it's tragic. Not knowing why he's nodding like that, or shaking his head like that, but I'm trying to sell it.
So he sits back, he takes his hat off, he places it on the table. You can see he's got a short haircut, very neatly trimmed.
Shit.
Look, man, I can confirm the validity of the story you're telling me or not, and if it's not true, I'll be back. Regarding the possessions that Silas may or may not have given you his wife, and I will verify that wedding as well, which took place where, you say?
She just whimpers into Grimm's, mumbling something about private.
I was going to say, well, I believe it was the companion Jodet, the priest, who performed the ceremony. It was after a recent tragedy, apparently. What was that? Yeah, right. It was something involving the loss of a child, of a boy, or something they were trying to save. I don't recall the details, but it was. Whether the union was lengthy, it was certainly one of deep emotion.
Look, let's just put the cards on the table here, okay? I'm just hired to track him down. I'm not hired to find any coins or any jewelry he may have had on him. But if I go all the way back to Anrock and I go back there empty-handed, telling his parents that their son is dead and I have nothing to show them, they're probably not going to be satisfied with that, and this investigation is going to be up. So all I'm looking for is something personal he might have had, something I can give to them and say I was able to retrieve this locket, this bracelet, this item that they might recognize as belonging to him, and that might give them some sense of satisfaction and closure. Look, either way I get paid, but unless you guys want more people coming and asking harder questions with a little bit of a firmer hand, work with me.
We'll turn and kind of look at him with bloodshot eyes.
Just out of character from it. You guys know that what was buried with him probably would have been his ring and his.
Yeah, but he's not buried yet. Bemero took all.
Okay,
his...
well, you know what I mean. He would still have his ring, and I don't think you guys took his wand.
I think she took everything.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah, he was fighting naked. The furniture got him.
No, but well, I mean, he needs. I don't know if they need to dress him up because the remains were probably pretty beaten up. So,
I'm just saying he probably still have his ring on him at least.
Or Balmera has it, either way.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to Balmera, obviously. The ring was just iron; it wasn't any kind of valuable thing. So.
Well,
so he's looking around the table waiting for a response.
Unofficially, she had his spell book, but Grim kind of borrowed that.
Yeah, I have that. I'm not getting it back.
No, but Bemero needs that too. So that is lost. We don't know what happened to it. She looks up and she kind of she gives him kind of like a short glance. She look at him briefly, and she lowers her gaze to the floor, and she kind of shuffles across the floor, dragging her feet into the room she's occupying, and she takes up the little bundle with his stuff.
Okay, while you're in that room, I want Grim and Taru to make me an insight check.
Oh, by the way, I made a mistake. He has a silver ring. My character has the iron ring. I'm
yeah, I got an 18.
Okay.
Insight 16. 17.
All right, so you guys get the impression. It's hard to put your finger on why, but you get the impression that when Fenton is watching Balmera's performance, he's not buying it.
Yeah.
But he's not saying a word either.
What? This is Oscar worthy. At least an Emmy.
Doesn't say a word. He just waits for it.
So I say, look, she's been through enough. You can go. We're not going anywhere. We just acquired a house.
You don't want to send me back empty-handed.
I say you
I
can.
don't care about his money. I don't care about his valuables. But I gotta have something personal to give the parents, or this thing is just going to get worse.
Then I would suggest checking the body.
Okay, the brief encounters Bemero has had with wizards, and knowing that she has she has very limited knowledge of the arcane. That this is completely unofficial, of course. Official, she knows arcane, but would she know that because Grim is using his ring all the time? Has he picked up on Silas using the wand? Does he know that?
Actually, I made a mistake. Silas didn't use that. I get confused with my character. Sorry, because one died.
Okay.
Yeah, Silas never did that. He
thought it was
He- all Silas had was that silver dagger, which I think he did take.
So he doesn't have a ring?
He has a silver ring, but
Okay,
he wasn't using it to invoke magic.
right. The ring he wasn't using, as far as you know.
For what it's worth, you guys gave the silver dagger to Jawdat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I know.
Good to know. Yeah. So the only item he had of any real note was the silver dagger.
We already split the
The
loot.
spellbook was pretty worthwhile.
Yeah, well, Grim has that. So
Yeah. Well, they're not going to get that, obviously.
and Torun has his boots, so we kind of like.
What?
Yeah, he took his boots
When?
when he
When
died.
when he was sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had some nice boots.
When he was on the slab, basically.
Pretty sweet boots.
They were
So-
nice.
Well, I'm not wearing them.
Why did you take them then?
Okay, she goes in and she takes the letter that she found from Silas' master,
Okay.
telling him to come to Crossmeet. Or the introduction letter to.
It was the letter. It was in the event of his death, basically.
Yeah.
It's one of those letters.
Okay,
there
so
you go.
she takes that, and she takes his.
That's pretty hard evidence.
She takes the surcoat he had, and she goes back into the
The
room.
surcoat?
Well, whatever he had on his torso.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, let me open up the character.
I couldn't remember what it was called in English.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right.
But
And
his top shirt gear, and she goes back into the room, and she kind of puts the coat robe down on the table. Well, there's this. This was what he was wearing. He didn't have much, and he did have a letter. And she gives him the letter.
he picks up the letter. He
He
chuckles a little bit when he gets to the end of it. He hands it back to you. He says,
he had a spell book and a dagger as well, but that was lost in the well outside town when we were fighting a mermaid.
hopefully this coat will placate them. Listen, this letter, I'm just going to say you never gave it to me. Trust me, I know his parents. This letter would only incense them.
Okay.
They didn't think much of Daniel.
So
Hey, come on, Scoot. It's time to go out back.
Do you need them through the house? Right through the house?
No. Just outside. I am back. I am putting donkey outside.
This is the fourth member of your party.
Yes. This is your dad. He will,
He was also present when Silas was murdered.
yes, he can explain what's going on.
That is
What
finger,
happened?
not carrot. Dumb donkey.
All right, well, thank you for your time. I will report back to the Balaros and Anrock. And no offense, but I hope to never see you again.
Likewise, I say, nodding and smiling, like it's a mutual thing.
He
If
puts
I
his
may
hat-
ask a moment, where did you get that lovely hat?
Oh, Anrock. It's a nice shop there. Have you been?
Nah, it's been a while since I've been to Anrock, but it's a beautiful hat. I'm looking for something similar. Anyway, well, thank you for this entertaining interruption, and good luck
thank
with
you.
your
And thank you
Good
for
luck
the
with your
entertaining
inquiry.
stories.
good luck with your inquiries.
Okay, so he goes out the back door to where he heard Jawdat. And
As he lives
Go ahead.
as a fucking bureaucrat.
Well, that was annoying.
mhm. And
He,
seriously, would it hurt to cooperate once in a while?
Who are you talking to?
What?
She's looking at Tolan.
Oh.
Just
Yes.
nod and
Why
smile.
take the risk?
don't let the others corrupt you, Tom.
Alright, so I'm gonna take the tack and everything off of Scoot until we need her for the wagon. I imagine she's more comfortable not wearing it.
Okay, so
And we do have a fenced backyard, right? Like
there's no fence.
I'm gonna have to build a fence.
There's a few trees vaguely demarking the boundaries between your backyard and the next backyard.
Yeah, well, I'll tie Scoot to one of the trees, and he's gonna have to buy a trough. But in the meantime, I just turn the cart around and back it up so that Scoot can get out of the back of the cart for now, because that seems logical.
Okay. So Fenton comes out and he approaches you. They mentioned that your friends inside told me that you were friends with a Silas Belaroth who was murdered a few days ago.
Yes, it's hard to say if murderer, and hard to say a friend, but I know him. He was an okay person, I guess.
And could you describe for me the events surrounding his death, please? Just need to confirm a few facts.
So, is a small girl work at the inn. She says that there is problem upstairs at house of her mother. Her mother is give us muffins and pie if we can go by and figure out what problem is. And so we said yes. We're thinking it's probably a rat, or maybe like a raccoon, or a weasel, or something along those lines. Perhaps a stray owl is nesting. I don't know. But we get there, and it's delicious pie. Very good. I think it was blueberry, but I cannot remember. And muffins, very good. But we get there, and upstairs is open door, and there's nothing. There's some furniture. His rug. He's an okay rug. It's not very nice, but it's okay. It's good story about the rug though. It's a very good story. But we're in there, and then all of a sudden is the furniture. It comes to life. Well, not life. He's not breathing like. He's more like he's walking like dunka dunka dunka. And he's difficult because he's trained in killing some people maybe, but trained in killing furniture is not something we're very good at. But it happens, and I believe it was a chair. This devious chair out of the darkness of a corner, or perhaps it was table, but either way, this devious piece of furniture. He starts walking, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. But behind is Silas. He'd attack him. He falls to the floor. Table drives leg through chest like spike for a vampire. He's very dramatic. I think to myself, I must heal him, but I cannot. I am blocked by 2 bookcases. These bookcases are trying to sandwich me. Alas, by the time I get to him, he is beyond my meager skills, so I was unable to save him. All I remember is his body being pulled from room, and he sits out in hallway, and his dwarf lady, she's very sad, looking in his eyes. She had thing for him. A very icky thing, but thing nonetheless. And so ladies downstairs, they not see everything, which is good. It traumatized them, but they hear. And at base of stairs, they are worried. And when we carry body down, they scream, very sad scream. But they bring us extra muffins for our trouble.
He shakes his head. It really was furniture.
Yes, they said that her dad, the girl from the inn, she said her dad is a small-time wizard. But I talked to other wizards, and they say it's not small-time magic to make furniture walk around and kill people. If this was the case, then furniture would be dangerous all over the place.
And that woman inside really is his wife?
Well, yes, I suppose they have been married, and have a daughter. Yes, I suppose. Yes.
She didn't mention the daughter. Well,
Oh,
thank you very
have
much.
yes, no problem. And
He walks away shaking his head.
why is it you ask? Is this something for the guards that they've already talked to us?
No, I was sent by his parents to bring him back.
You.
Apparently he fled town, and there was some questions about him.
Dun dun dun. Dramatic pause.
Next time on Crossmeet. CSI Crossmeet.
We need the Who to do our theme song.
And I'll have to invent sunglasses that I can rip off at the right moment.
So, Fenton, he walks away, scratching his head, and he starts heading towards the guardhouse.
I don't think
He sort of makes his way
knows
through
he's
some.
out.
I did know.
Okay.
I did know. You asked why he was there.
Oh no, I was just going.
It
When he
shows
said he
that
left,
I lose my internet connection. It's weird.
when he said that Silas left, yes, he said that his family is not good people, but he's very defensive of them.
He was very defensive of them. You mean?
No, I imagine that somewhere his ghost is haunting someplace, screaming about bad family and how not to talk bad about them.
Huh. One last question before I go. Do you recognize this jacket? He holds up Silas's jacket.
No, his jacket is not from here. Is not from South. Does not appear to be best material.
See, your companions inside told me this belonged to Silas, and I must return to his parents with something personal that belonged to him.
Oh, here, I can give you, here, this.
What is it? What do you offer him?
The dagger.
Oh, excellent. You know, he leans forward. He was the only one that seemed to be very helpful of your friends.
Oh, no, they are all helpful in their own distinct ways. Yeah, Graham, he's very good at talking to people. Dalrun, he's very good at punching pigs. And Belmira,
Yes.
she's very good at thinking she's in charge.
Drawing breath.
But for whatever reason, she really did feel some connection to us, the wizard.
Well, thank you for your help. Here, you can keep this jacket.
Oh no, it's okay. It will not fit me.
All right. So he thanks you again, pulls his hat tight, and he starts walking off through the backyard, slowly angling his way towards the street and towards the guardhouse.
I just hope he looks like Peter Falk.
One more thing.
Get the height right, anyway. I don't mean to bother you.
All right, so yeah, I'll go back inside the house.
He is a strange man. This Barnabas or Cornelius or
I don't even know.
yes, well, yeah, he is.
Is he gone? That's the important thing.
Yes, more or less. He is wandering around outside. He is very. What is the word?
Annoying?
Not much believing what he's hearing.
Skeptical.
That's the word.
Cool.
Yes, skeptical.
No kiss.
Also, for whatever reason, he's under the impression that that Belmira and Silas were married. I mistook him and thought he was talking about yeah. Anna, and her husband, but I realized thought I was confirming something between. But I did not say anything because I did not know why you would have said such a fabrication.
Outlandish. Name.
Yes, you are not married unless it's custom here. Normally, it's custom get married. Then there is the what is word confirmation, consummation. Is a little bit backwards what you did. But I figure you have reason. So,
She just
what is reason?
what is reason for what?
For telling him that you were married to Silas.
Yes,
I didn't say we were married.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking whatever.
I said we were married.
Look, I understand there is discrepancy in language, but I hear married and I hear married. It sounds like same word.
Crib takes a couple steps back and he like puts his hand on his face, like considering Belmira for a minute, trying to decide if she's being deliberately stupid, genuinely stupid, or is trying to be deceptively stupid. One of the is stupid. In
You just
somewhere,
randomly tell that lie for
No.
reason.
Okay, this guy comes in and he has some connection to Cyrus' past.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
no, it's not likely. It sounds more like he is simply hired by family.
Yeah. Do you want the explanation or not?
Okay.
Fine. So we were thinking if we made it sound like I had a more formal relationship with Silas, that any what's the word, Grim?
inheritance.
Yes, would come our way.
Well, it's all well and good, and I admire your entrepreneurialism here, but at the same time, with that also comes the baggage of if you're his wife and he did something, let's say, murderous, then you're going to be their prime source of either, well, at best information, at worst a
Scapegoat.
Well, I mean, the only lie we really told was that I exaggerated the formality of the union, and I told him about.
Oh, that's a lie.
Well, how much did you
Completely
exaggerate it
misrepresented it.
exactly?
And I told him that the silver dagger that Jada got lost in the well, and so did his spellbook because Grim is studying that. And we're kind of well, we are not exactly overly equipped, so I figured it was best that we had those items than some bureaucrat who's going back to Anrock and speaking to whatever douchebags his parents are.
Look, I don't disagree with you. No, that's it. I just don't disagree with it.
This brings up three very difficult things. One, if he goes back to wherever it was he's from, and he goes back, Enroll, and yes, and he goes back and he says, "Dear parents of Silas, this is your son. He is dead, but I know of wife." And then they say, "Oh, good, bring us wife." So now he comes back and he says, "Oh, you are his wife? Good. The family, they want you. You must now come to Anarok or whatever."
Hey, look, I know you're new to front, but I'm pretty sure that even in front, they're not going to. No one is going to allow for someone's wife to be forcibly taken away simply because her husband died.
That's
Well,
gotta be.
Not is forcibly, but is etiquette. Yes, she was his charge, his responsibility, and
Yeah,
family now.
I think you need to study common law because etiquette and being forcibly taken away are not the same thing.
Yes, and Jada,
At no point did I say forcibly taken.
Anrock is a long way from here.
Yes, and magic communication, it happens very fast. So if he has a way to do this, if his family is rich as Silas says, then it's problem. But perhaps it's not problem. The second thing is you tell him that Dagger and Spellbook are in Whale, but you did not tell Jordan this, and then Jordan gave him Dagger.
Oh, that could have been valuable.
Well, I mean, it could be another dagger.
It's
Who are
not
we
the
to-
same Dagger, I tell him Dagger.
Yes, but who are we to know the difference between one dagger and another dagger? They all look the same.
Look, you don't have to play stupid with me. I understand, it's game you play, but
Yes, but okay, so you gave him the dagger. Fine, I get it.
great. Now, his third problem. What type of family sends man long distance, all the way across continent, to find stuff?
No,
Not-
not
Not bring back son's body.
the
Look.
stuff. None of the stuff here. I gave him the letter from his master. Apparently, Cyrus was suspected of murdering his master, and they were after him to bring him back to
Did they
justice
say master? He just said he was wanted for a murder.
on his master.
I must have missed
Well, look, his
And when
parents are rich. My experience is rich parents always see their kids as property anyway, so they're just looking after their interests. I think
Yes.
that
I know.
once this guy sees the body, he's got a dagger that belonged to their kid. He'll be able to go home and confirm that their kid has snuffed it, and
And
hopefully that'll be the last we'll hear of it.
I know his type, so he just needs something to go back that is seemingly plausible, so he can collect his fee. And
Yes, but it's still strange that they ask for item and not the body. If your
No.
son was killed a long way away,
Remember, he wasn't sent to because they thought the son was dead. He was sent to retrieve their son alive. We told him the son was dead. This was the first he had heard about it, apparently.
yeah, but hang on. He has a point there, because Steve, do you have a van? What a fan running? Because he did mention the items after we mentioned that the remains.
All he said is he wanted some kind of token that they could confirm it was him. But that was after we told him that the body was that he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was sent to take back the son to the parents. So he's basically a bounty hunter, for lack of a better word.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
no doubt. And a pair of rich parents, they'll spare no expense. Now my guess is they were going to bring him back to the parents, and then the parents were going to, pay their way out of whatever nonsense this Silas got into. But the point is that, they hadn't counted on this son having been killed by a chair.
Hmm.
It was a
but
chair, right?
wouldn't the best proof of death be take body back?
Yeah, but it's a
I
long
would
way.
think. I would think so.
Yeah, but unless he has some sort of.
Desecration of the
I
body.
was going to suggest he just takes the head, but I thought that was insensitive, and I'm trying to learn a little diplomacy here,
Yeah,
Yes,
but
well-
now look at you confirming that it was insensitive.
Is long way, yes, but there is plenty magic that can make this very possible. Is not even difficult.
There is?
Well, I've
Yes.
even heard of magic that can bring the dead back to life for the rich, anyway.
Yes, but that is
not-
very hard.
Well, sure, but not for. I'm not saying it's for people like us, the scum of the
no,
earth,
no.
but
Jada did it to a certain degree, right?
Is
nah.
not much more than a second school year type stuff to make a body not rot. Is easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
In
I'm
fact-
talking that I've heard of spells. Now
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
a,
no, I get
I'm
you,
not
yes.
I'm not a one in touch with the divine like this fella is, but I've heard that there are spells that can bring someone back to the dead even after months or even years of being dead.
No, it's true.
Is that true, Jordan, or no? Have I been hearing wrong?
No, I have heard such things. Is also I have heard that is magic so much as if you have thumb or victim, it's possible for entire body to be
Exactly.
grown like plant.
Well, sure. So as far as we know, this guy could bring the body. Heck, he could just cut off a thumb, bring it back to his family.
Well, sure. I heard about dwarves that were not all consumed by gold and all the kinds of stuff. I heard about pigs that fly and all kinds of magical weird stuff. But
So
I never
tell
seen
me, is it the more that you shave your beard, the more contentious you get, or is this just natural?
What? I don't understand that.
Look,
Target
the
meat
point is that there is a man who has traveled thousands of miles
Hmm?
to come after a person.
Yes.
You tell him person is dead. This is truth. Then you tell him lie. Now let me ask you, if he is found out as lie, and family is willing to send person to come back after son, do you not think that they are willing to send somebody to come back after a person who lied?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
first of all, they're not. That's a bit of a stretch. Plus, as long as you confirm the marriage, we're in the clear.
Except no ceremony.
Well, you can just make that up, right?
No.
Well, well, maybe you can have some kind of ceremony with the dead. I mean, you guys talk
Date
to
is
the
not
dead, don't you?
legal.
Legal schmeagle. Look, we're talking about. Look, these people were in love, weren't you? And I look at Belmira.
We are talking about documentation from church. Church that charges for documentation. Church that exists
sure.
mostly, solely, especially in this place, for profit. They would have
Right.
wanted their documentation.
Exactly. So they charge a little bit more for the inconvenience of the person being dead, right?
I mean, it doesn't matter because
It is a lot more.
even if he can prove that I lie about the marriage, I mean, what's he gonna do? Drag me back to Anrock and have me stand justice for lying about being married?
No, but it does open up nasty, what is the expression? Nasty bucket of worms. If you lied about this, are you also lying about how he died? Are you also lying about where Spellbook is? Oh, wait a second. Are you also lying about where Dagger is? Yes, because I gave him Dagger.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
you are going-
the dagger is complicated, but A, we didn't lie about how he died. He can have it confirmed.
If you are going to lie, you must let me know. You must let me know so I know when to lie.
Look,
I
John,
mean,
this
being
was a
true.
surprise on us as well. We were just sitting here minding our own business when this fella showed up with a frankly amazing hat. I need to get one of those hats.
His hat was very
Put that
nice.
aside. It wasn't
Yes,
it?
I think we can all
No, it
agree
was
that
very
his hat
nice.
was very nice.
There is traveling haberdasher. He comes from all over Kingdom down to my father's area. He brings lots of hats. My uncle is great
you've seen
collector of
those?
hats.
Do you think
I
there's
have not
something in
seen-
town? Because I'd love a hat like that.
I have not seen that one in particular, but I do believe you could describe it and have it made. My uncle, he does this all the time.
Oh, that would be fantastic. We're getting distracted. Look, the point is that this fella, all he cares about is getting this kid,
Yes.
and the kid
But
is
it
dead.
must not be found
He
out.
can confirm that the kid is dead.
Yes.
All Bert Murray did was
Look.
exaggerate the situation, because as far as Bill Murray is concerned, and I lean into Johnette, and as far as I can tell, she's a bit mad. They were married.
If this is story, I understand. But who did you tell him is a person who held ceremony?
I look at Bill Murray.
So, there's a nice clothier in town. I'm sure they sell hats.
No, but it is important. There are only two temples in town.
Okay, we might have mentioned that you did a private ceremony.
And you admitted yourself, Jordan, that you said that you claimed that they were married, so you're sort of involved now.
No, I claim that the. I also said
Okay, look.
daughter.
How much would it cost for you to feel all right about saying they're married?
Well, that is not problem. As long as you do not tell him I am priest of Joaquin, he has no one to ask. I could be wandering priest of Asmodeus.
I think he might have. I think she might have mentioned that. But look, a marriage doesn't have to be performed in a temple, does it? I mean,
No,
what if you're on a ship somewhere?
No, it does not. But licensing must pass through temple. If he goes to temple and he asks,
Oh, great.
Okay, that's no issue because we just behind our paperwork because we have been so busy.
It's only been a couple of days.
Bada boom, bada bing.
This is possible, but we must. It's probably beneficial if we go talk to what is his name? Short guy. He is very loud.
Eppin.
No, Eppin. If we go talk to Eppin and we explain certain things and there is some coin, it's possible that if he's asked, he will also have copy of documentation on hand.
Great. That's fantastic. Belmira and Jada, you should go handle that.
Yeah.
Because you as the widow should be there.
No. Nope.
What? What do you mean?
What?
I don't. You sounded like one of the Muppets for a second.
I thought it was a robot breaking down slowly.
I thought he was having a stroke.
Yeah, she's kind of like with her hands doing this. No.
What do you mean no? You said you're married.
No.
What do you mean no? Look, you were spinning yarns like you were a seamstress over there, 10 minutes ago, and now you're climbing up. What's going on?
But I mean, I'm so.
Look, just go with Jodat.
No.
You'll sort out the paperwork at his temple.
No.
And verify your marriage to
Look,
Simus.
it was an innocent lie. Okay, I admit it. It was stupid. Okay, you have it. I admit it. Fine, but we don't need to make any paperwork out of it. Okay, so
what?
Look,
no. Look, you're a widow. It's brilliant.
Is okay.
No.
You know how many benefits you can get as a widow in most towns in front?
No.
Look, is okay. I will go talk to Eppin.
No.
I will go talk to Eppin.
No talking to Eppin. No talking. No more talking.
Okay. No one will talk to Eppin. No one will talk to Eppin. Don't worry about it. No one will talk to Eppin. I turned to Jodat and I whispered to him, "Go talk to Eppin." Belmira's going to be what happens. Belmira's going to be married whether she likes it or not.
She looks very uncomfortable, and as she kind of goes over, take her little bag with her drugs, and she start chewing a mushroom. No. Look,
Rob, can you throw up the map real quick?
Yeah.
I whispered to John. I said, "Look, I'll take care of Belmira. You go. You sort this out. This is I don't even know who this Simus was, but the point is we need to clear this out before things get messy. If this Simus had a rich family up north like is being described, then it could get very messy for us all."
So it's possible to take the really long way down Coast Road to Workers' Way to walk past the area with the sexton to go back to Church of Joaquin, right?
That would be really like a horseshoe kind of path because the church is down the graveyard is down here, right? For what it's worth, this whole town is like maybe a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile, something like that width-wise.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So it gives you an idea of the walking distance, time.
Right. All right. Well, I'm going to excuse myself and hustle over to the Church of Joaquin.
Belmare, you're getting married.
If he leaves, Bamara would run after him.
So
Hang on.
I stand in the way. I say, look. He's just going to ask some questions. It's going to be fine.
She looks at you with her eyes flare up. Come out of my way.
Hey, easy. He's just going to go and make sure that this fella doesn't cause any trouble for us. It's not going to affect you at all. Don't worry. Now,
It's totally going to affect you.
she looks at Grim. Jadas is gonna take care of him.
I say, I hate to pull this card, but I have to. Look, I was able to get you your mushrooms, wasn't I? What if? I'm just saying, hypothetically, the mushrooms got cut off. That would be dreadful, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Okay.
I look at Grim like impressed. Like I didn't quite hear what he said, but apparently he got Belmare to calm down and shut up. So I'm like, wow.
Or it's the drugs kicking in. One of the
Now why don't you go sit back on your barrel, and just chew on your mushrooms,
Read your newspaper.
and I'm gonna finish cleaning.
She shovels back to her chair, not the barrel.
Read your newspaper. I'll make you a nice supper.
Oh, I feel horrible.
And after a while, she kind of, I only said those lies because he has no weapons, and I didn't want to give him that, and I only lied about the spell book because you have that.
Hey, look. I know. It's fine. You did okay. You did good. It was sprung on us, right? It was a surprise. We had to improvise, didn't we?
Yeah. We need to. Yeah.
It's fine. Could you move it a little bit? I need to sweep behind that barrel. And I go over with my my conjure and I begin to
move.
How the tables turn suddenly.
Half the party is just poisoning the other half. I don't know what to say.
And that's a classic example of you have a plot and it just goes this way.
No, it's fine. The other party argued like crazy too. It's funny. How did you react to all this?
But did the other party end up being married?
Oh no! Believe me, you've followed very different paths so far. No.
Yeah.
They did other crazy things. You guys did crazy things.
So I basically reconjure a broom and I go back to sweeping stuff into the fireplace.
And Tolerant, how do you react to all this? You just watching this with
I don't know what the fuck's going on. We were going out to buy clothes, and now Galmira's marrying a corpse. That is what happened.
For reasons unknown. Reasons that are apparently only to Grim.
Not to marry a corpse, but chances are marrying a corpse for money. Like, we have to pay money for her to marry a corpse.
That's a whole new definition of gravedigger.
Wow. It's a gold digger. You wait until the person actually dies, and then you try to marry them.
Well, it's the reverse of a gold digger. You have to pay money to marry a corpse.
Well, it's a fantasy world, so why shouldn't you be able to marry a corpse?
There's nothing in the law books. So.
Yeah, you see, if you let humans marry dwarves, then the slippery slope just leads to this. So
apparently. Wizards can marry dwarves.
Okay, so Toran's gonna walk out. So I'm going to go ahead with our plan to buy a new set of clothes for myself.
Well, if you're going to buy clothes, you got to take me.
All right.
I will. Since I still have Belmira sort of against the ropes with the whole mushroom thing, I hand her the broom, and I say, hey, hey, love, if you could continue sweeping. I've started over here. If you could just sweep it onto the fireplace, it'll all get sorted out. I need to go with Telrune here for a minute, and we'll be right back. Do you need anything from town?
She kind of looks at you with kind of like glazed over eyes, probably from the drug.
Maybe a wheel of cheese.
No. A new shirt. A new shirt.
New shirt. Right. I kind of go over to her and I kind of put my hands up like this and I kind of move them sideways like yeah. All right. I'm just getting the size here. Jesus.
You're
all right.
feeling around. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a square with extensions.
We'll see what we can do.
All right.
I walk out with
So
Telrune.
you're leaving with Telrune. So meanwhile, Jada, you left a few minutes ago. You headed where? Did you head towards the graveyard, or did you head towards the church, or somewhere else? Or?
I'm gonna hustle down towards the graveyard first, and then I'll double back or circle up, whatever's faster, to head to the church.
Okay. When you get to the graveyard, you see Fenton's horse outside Kerr's house.
Okay. I'm going to casually stroll back and forth for about 5 or so minutes, waiting for him to come out. And if he doesn't, then and I'll head on to the church.
He does. He comes out after a couple minutes. He looks up at you. He's a bit startled to see you.
Oh, excuse me. It's nice night for stroll. My apologies.
It's a bit cool, but it's okay. Or perhaps you tracked me down because you wanted to tell me something away from your companions, something you didn't want them to hear.
No.
Well, the story about the body certainly checks out. He also had bruises and injuries on him, consistent with bludgeoning.
Yes. Is difficult story to accept. I understand, but perhaps story and the knife is enough for his family.
Perhaps, I hope so. They're paying me well, but it's a long trek.
Yes, it seems like he is very long. Yeah. I mean, you must have left, what, a month ago? Maybe more?
Something like that. I was a few days behind Silas, perhaps a half 10. If I'd been here sooner, perhaps he wouldn't be dead now.
Yes, it's too bad you were too slow.
Yes, too bad. Well, I've got to go talk to the guards. He gives a little tip of the brim of his hat.
There's only 3 guards left in town. I'm not sure who you will find on service, but I imagine they will be cranky. Just a fair warning.
I'll find someone, but thanks for your help on that. Again, he tips his hat, and you can't help but be impressed with this hat.
So tell me, how come he is only take back knife? Why not take back body? He is not the what is word buried yet.
Yes, I'm probably going to have to do that, traveling all the way back to Enrock with a corpse.
Well, there is certain.
Right. My bill will go up.
And there is certain spell that will keep it for not smell so bad. Keep it from rotting.
He opens his cloak and he pats a pocket. Yes, I've got a few elixirs. They're expensive, but the Balaros will cover my expenses. So he shrugs.
Well, he's okay. You have a good night. I was just well, it's time to finish my walk. Yeah, get back, feed the donkey again. Get up early, eat some breakfast over at 3, and another day of adventuring, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. He hops on his horse and he goes clip-clopping away north up Coast Road through the crowd.
All right. I'm just going to cut straight across Screw Roads. From sort of at an angle back through the performance stage over to the Church of Joaquin.
I need to check that map. Screw Roads? Is that a real place?
Yeah, it's a crossroads, yeah.
Okay, so let's cut over to, while you're making your way to town, let's cut over to Grim and Talrune.
So I guess we're heading over to Stacy and Levant.
When you head down, as you get into this area, approaching Noble's Row, you can see that the buildings in this area get of gradually nicer quality, slightly larger, slightly more built. The vast majority of buildings in the house in Crossmeet are made of wood entirely. Some are even only made of wood partially and partially grass. A few have some stone in them. There's a few buildings that are all stone, like the guardhouse, but not many. But in any case, these buildings are nicer, and Stalsy and Levant, it's probably the nicest store in town. It's got a house in the back. It's a nice, it's a single level, but it's a very deep store. It's got a well-kept sign out front. The step has been swept off.
Alright, so on the way there, I'm just gonna be talking with Grim.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was pretty amazing how you handled Balmera back there. I don't know what your secret is, but
well,
you get the job done.
like most people, she's she can be reasonable with when you point out some certain realities,
And how?
She has some issues. Yeah. Uh-oh.
He's getting messages from beyond.
Yeah.
She seems to have some issues. Now, you've known her longer than I mean, has she always been like this?
I just have this distorted kind of flashback of her, like, when we were, like, talking with the mermaid, and I definitely imagine her to be, like, evil and, like, pointing, laughing at us. Just
cackling.
Just a whole bunch of distorted, like, images of what she was doing, like, when we were, like, finding the furniture until we met Grim. Yes, I think she was definitely always like this.
Well, I have a gift for talking to people, and she, I mean, she's fine enough. She just has some issues that need to be worked out. But I'm looking forward to getting some new clothes.
Yes, but can you do me one favor?
I think so.
Remember when we were in that mine and those kibids made that map and you drew one on that piece of paper you had?
Yeah.
Could I have it? I just like maps, so I'll be mine.
I kind of pull my pack off my shoulder and I kind of fish through it. I pull out this little scroll tied with a bit of hide, hand it over, and say, "Yeah, there you go."
Thank you. Lauren looks really happy.
Yeah,
we are.
Everyone has their the things that make them happy, and
it has the faint smell of kobolds.
and probably some carrion crawler juice on it. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta try and sell that. So anyway, yeah. So we'll head over to the clothier and see what they have for us.
Right, so you're right outside. You step in the place. It's a fine wooden building with stone corners and supports. It's dark wood. It's well kept up. When you get inside, you can see that it is a light, airy store. Unlike most stores you go into, it's not crowded. The product, all the shirts and pants, and they're all on display, sort of spread out to your left and to your right. But immediately in front of you, there are no goods. Instead, there is a table and some comfortable chairs sitting there. There's also a handful of cups sitting on the table. You're approached by a human man who's about 5'6", 5'7", very slender, clean-shaven, a boyish face. He's wearing a shirt that's sort of ruffled at the front. He's got a blue jacket that has tails. He's well dressed, and he comes up to you. Yes, can I help you? Yes, I think he looks at your attire there, Grim. I think most definitely. I think I can help you. Yes, you're in need of clothing. Yes.
And then I said
I nod to him. Yeah, I nod to him and say, I've traveled many miles, and as you can see, the road has been rather rough.
Yes. He holds your clothes like with a.
Particularly, I'm looking for a nice outer coat and a nice hat, wide brimmed, low on top. Something one might see in Enrock.
Yes. Of course, I can get for you. And what about for you?
I want some nice.
Something you are not wearing much.
I want some obviously much better, nicer looking clothes, loose fitting that I can move around in.
Yes, well, I think most of the clothes in here. In fact, I think all of the clothes in here are nicer than what you have on. So, you will succeed in that. And perhaps you would like to have a seat. I will get to my measuring tape, and I can make you some fresh tea. I make it myself in the back.
Yes, of course. Do you have honey?
No, I have my own. It's a fruit blend I put into the tea. It's pear flavored. You will like it. Yes, I make for you. You sit. I'll be back.
That would be magnificent.
He's walking away.
They're the second nicest people I've met in this town. Well, third.
Yeah.
Fifth.
He comes back a couple minutes later. He says, yes, the water will be ready soon. I have the tape. He has a string, and on the string there's like colored in sections, little blocks, so it kind of goes like white, black, in little sections. Stand for me, please, stand. He's patting his head.
I stand up.
Wearing those clothes.
Yeah, I'll stand up and throw my weather-beared cloak off, and I'll just kind of hold up my arms.
That shirt of yours, we get you a nice one, and I will burn that one.
Yeah, honestly, it has some sentimental value. You understand? It was a gift from a relative.
Yeah, well, then I can get you a stick to carry it on.
Perhaps a sack.
So he's measuring you. Yes. Oh, tall. Oh. Instep. Pardon me. Yes. I can make for you. I can make good. Yes.
I'll drift a bit to the right if it matters.
Well, it matters to some. And you stick closer. Yes. Come, don't be shy.
I'm ready to be measured for my new clothing.
He's measuring you. He's getting fairly personal with the measurements. Yes. He goes back to you. Oh, the hat. He puts the string around your head. Yes. Sit. I get the tea. I write this down. Go sit.
I kind of pause him a little bit and say, now look, I would like a nice tight weave. We go into areas that are, let's say, a bit rough. So we need something that's going to repel dirt and other issues as much as possible. So we need something secure, something of darker tone, not too light.
Well, we have many colors, but do you want you want the durable, the working clothes, or do you want the looking nice clothes?
Honestly, I'd like a measure of both.
And what he said.
Which is why we came to you. You're clearly the most proficient clothier in town, and
in town, in the land. You sit. I get the tea.
Thank you.
Thank you. So crazy.
Really
he goes off towards the back room. Meanwhile, Balmera, you're sitting at home just buzzing, tripping, what?
Tripping balls.
She's sitting and she kind of goes into an psychedelic hallucinations where little birds and squirrels come in and they sweep the room.
A swarm of squirrels, would you say?
A swarm of squirrels. Squirrels. And she's kind of smiling and kind of nodding to herself. That's nice of you to do that for me. Grim will be so happy when he comes back.
Oh God.
In your brief lucid moments, you come to the happy realization that these drugs that you got from Sven are quality.
Primo.
You would know that from your experience.
But that's clearly evident in the colors of the squirrels. I mean.
Primo shit.
Okay. Meanwhile, Jada, you reach the Church of Joaquin. When you get there, an evening group seems to be filing out. They're all smiling and smiling. Eppen is standing at the front, the halfling. He's standing there on the step, waving at them, smiling, and he's patting a fat purse on his hip. Yes, you, my businessman, my business dealer. And what business do you have for me today?
So
ones, I'm sure. Come in.
As I walk up to him, I clasp his tiny little hand, and in it I'm going to put one of the commons in it, but I'm putting it so that when he opens his hands, it'll be tail side up, the opposite of the heads, which is an introduction of, hey, this is business that can't be seen by everybody. So it's a universal between the walking R's when they're dealing in secrets and stuff that...
Excellent. I love that. Okay, so he nods and smiles. Yes, come in. Thank you. Come again tomorrow. Business can be done every day. Commerce never stops, sleeps, and all that. He turns and invites you in. Yes. I had looked at that silver rock. It took my workers quite some time to get it out, but a deal's a deal. I commend your commerce skills. You are a credit to Joaquin, and you have more business today. So tell me, what's your business? Nice, Alex.
So there is chance. I'm not positive how big of chance. That man will come by. He will ask certain questions about two associates of mine, and whether or not they are legally bonded.
Yes.
If such a
he walks over to a table, slices up a little bit of cheese.
If such a question were to come up, it would require a careful, a positive response. That, if was case, of course, there would be monetary compensation. If question then required the documentation, of course, compensation would have to also increase. But because I do not know whether he come or not, I will have to pay slightly extra on the chance if he comes. So if he comes, I pay more than normal fee. If he does not come, it does not require work on your part, does not require money on my part.
Yes, I think we can maybe come to something equitable here. So I will offer to sell you a document, an official certificate of marriage, commemorating these two wonderful persons who are no doubt deeply in love. And I could perhaps sell you this at a reasonable fee, and you can do as you like with it.
Yes, but I may not need this.
Sure, should this person come around asking questions, then far be it from me to deny the love and honor-bound agreement that these two individuals have made to each other.
Yes, so let us start there. For the words that will come forth from, with Joaquin's blessing to him, I offer a payment. If he then says, let me see document, just you show him document, and you tell me when I stop by how much document cost. I do not want to buy document if I do not need it. It's bad business.
You see, the document has to be signed by both people getting married as well as myself.
He's
So
okay. One is a dwarf. He's okay. One is dwarf and one is from Anrock. Perhaps they do not know how to make common mark, so any common mark is okay.
Yes, but you see, I can give you a copy of this document, and you can put whatever, you can go out and get their signatures and put them on it, or approximations thereof. And if I were to sign this document, knowing the real story about what happened, then I could be conceivably legally under possible penalties, but for a small fee, I will give you this paper, and I will give you a approximation of my signature, and you can do as you wish with the document, and it will be legally tending should the signatures appear upon it, but at no time can I be held to blame for doing something illegal. Good business, yes?
Yes, this is acceptable. Also, as a small tip on top of coins, I mentioned to this man that he is transporting some goods from here to long distance, and there's chance that goods will go bad. I mentioned to him he can stop by here for a spell to keep them smelling less dead.
Well, if they are goods, why not? Why would they rot? Why can't they wrap them in wax or things they would normally do? Like
it's a particular type of goods.
I see.
He's picking them up at the sexton.
Not considered legal by all places, perhaps. Oh,
no.
At the sexton. Oh, yes. I understand.
So I tell him, I refer him to your business.
Well, you see, that's good. You create business for me. This is why I like you. You're such a nice fellow for a tall person.
Yes, and this is why that. How much for the document?
Well, let's see now. He goes over, and you see him open a book, and there's a stack of about 20 of these things, and they're basically already written out with blank places to fill in the names.
Right.
He takes one off the top. Then he takes a blank piece of paper, and he signs his name on the blank piece of paper. And he says, I could give you both of these for, since you did steer business my way, and I like you. You're good, and I think you're a true believer in Joaquin. So, 4 nobles?
Yes, 4 nobles might be something I was willing to pay for an authentic signature, but I am going to have to apply signature myself. So you are trying to sell me professional grade material that is going to have amateur signature. This does not seem like good business. Perhaps what I'd pay you for is professional document and amateur signature. I give you 2 nobles.
You see, I already explained to you my reasoning for not wishing to sign this document. I mean,
yes,
if they
I
wish to come to
understand.
me and be legally bound and pay the appropriate fees, then I would be more than happy to sign this
Right,
document.
and if this was the case,
I
we
see
would
your
not be
point, and I
discussing
do
4
like
nobles.
you, so why not say 3 nobles? And
Well,
we'll,
the reason we cannot say 3 nobles is because I am pretty confident at 2 nobles, because it's 2 nobles more than you have, and we also know that the proper documentation is only 1 noble, and it does not cost more for your signature. Therefore, the other noble, who wants to know where it might go? I cannot say.
make me you're going to make, we'll make opposing rolls here. So you can make me a persuasion check, and as soon as they stream loads, I'll make a... That's it.
Go, die stream, go. There we go. Oh, mine's not going to be very good at all. 7, 9. Mine's only 13.
This is against his insight, right?
You end up paying 4 crowns.
No, it's not going to happen.
Insight's the opposite of deception, right? I think so. Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, it could be persuasion versus persuasion if they're trying to persuade each other.
Oh yeah, be persuasion. So what did you get?
7 plus 6, 13.
Okay, so but perhaps in future you could come to me with slightly more lucrative opportunities. But I like you, so I will do it for 2 this time.
All right, I'll take the piece of paper that has his signature, that document, and I'll give him the 2.
Okay.
Some pieces here. That.
Tuck those away as you leave. I don't think I want to make this a regular part of business, but as I said, I like you, and I think you're good for Joaquin. I think she'd like you too.
Well, this
Come
is
back any time. As I said, you're very good for a tall person.
It's always good for business to know who can be trusted and who cannot be trusted. And as I always say, it's way more valuable to know who cannot be trusted. And all right, I'm going
He nods and smiles.
to leave.
Okay, so you probably haven't seen one before, being not a resident of Front, but the marriage document looks pretty official, other than the blank areas for signatures.
I kind of chuckle to myself and pat my little pouch that I put his signature into.
Okay.
This may come in handy. Tap, tap, tap.
Okay. So Jada is okay being a crook just as long as it's his plan to be a crook. Okay.
No, Jada is okay doing black market commerce as long as it's through his church.
That's what they all do.
Oh my God, Torun, Jada has been corrupted. Run, flee.
Yeah,
Back
I'll just leave.
at Stasi and Levant's, you guys are sitting in some very comfortable chairs. Chairs that are not in any way like the chairs that attacked you. Anyways, these are soft padded chairs. And Stasi comes out with a silver tray and a couple of silver cups and sets it down. Here, try this. I made it myself. I think you will like it.
I nod to him and I hold it up and take a sip, sticking my pinky out.
It's like sweet tea, but not like overpoweringly so.
Yeah, very pleasant. Thank you.
Yes. I will take your measurements to my partner, and and we will get this makeup for you. We do good quality here. I can make while you wait if you like, but it will take many hours for this certain quality.
Honestly, we'd like to see what you see the style you have first. We're very selective of the garments we'd like to wear. So if you have any examples of something similar,
Sure.
we can look at it, and if it suits our needs, you can move forward.
So he gives you the tour. He takes you around, and you can see that the clothes range from decent, simple work clothes, like good ones, durable ones, not cheap ones, to the fanciest of clothes, like clothes that nobles would wear. You know what I mean? Clothes that are pretty close to being worthy of royalty, if you wanted.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you're a clothing expert, but the clothing looks very, very nice.
Oh yeah.
It's as nice as any clothing store you've ever been in.
Basically, what I'm looking for is a nice hat, very similar to the one of the gentleman that approached us. I'm looking for an overcoat. Something. What's it called? I forget the name of it. But it has the coat, and then has like a kind of mantle that goes over the shoulders.
Okay.
Duster.
Well, what's it called?
Duster.
Kind of, yeah. But there was another name for it when it was made of like wool, not leather or like waxed cloth.
A name for what?
Yeah, kind of like a duster, but was it a greatcoat or something like that? I forget the name of it, but anyway,
I would know if you told me.
Yeah, that's that sort of coat.
In any case, he shows you around, and you can see things similar to what you want. But anytime you go to select them, he's like, no, I make for you. I make it to fit you and be good and comfortable. It fit much better. You don't want to buy this.
So what I'll do is I'll see a coat that looks kind of similar, and then what I'll do is right next to it, I'll conjure a minor illusion, and I'll conjure the exact same coat, and then I'll sort of adjust it and say the mantle needs to come down a bit further like this, and like some extra pockets in here, that sort of lining along the inside.
Stasi kind of frowns a little bit. Yes, I can make for you. I am good. I know. I
Excellent.
make before. Yes. Trust me.
Very good. If you can reproduce this, we'll have a bargain struck.
Oh yes,
and just so I can make plans with my financial advisor, what would we be talking for how many crowns for such a garment?
I can. I don't do the money. I'm not good with the numbers like that. I must ask.
I'm not trying to pigeonhole you here. Just an approximation.
I can,
just so I can stick
the
the
hat
money
and
aside.
the jacket and the soldiers. Make a nice little. Do some pockets there, a little extension. He's kind of going over to you and tugging on you, and he's sort of picturing it on you. Perhaps 6 crowns with the hat.
I nod. I say, well, if you can reproduce that, although I would like I would like silver buttons if we could. The copper is so pedestrian. The silver button.
Brass, silver. Yes, we can make.
Silver would be preferable. It brings out my eyes. You see.
I think the brass would be better on the color, but if you want the silver,
You think so?
you are the customer. Yes.
You think brass would be better? How about electrum? Do you? I'm sorry, I come from the north where electrum is fairly common. Do you deal with electrum?
Electrum? No. We deal with the precious metals. You do not know this electrum.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware. Electrum is a mixture of gold and silver. It's not by all means a precious metal.
Yes, well, we have none of this electrum you talk
I'm
about.
sorry. Well, then.
But silver, if you wish silver, you can have for silver, but silver a little bit, costs a little bit more.
I understand. I say,
I can make for you. You look good. You alike.
I kind of lean into him and say, well, one must make sacrifices for style.
Yes, you get it. He leans in almost uncomfortably close. He comes over to you. He says, and you, well, anything in here would make you look better, I'm sure. Yes, you will like what we make for you. What do you want? You did not tell me.
I kind of look over.
Speak up. Why are you so quiet? He taps your cheeks.
I kind of look over at Talrun and say, I don't know, do you think red might be his color?
Oh, red. I can do red. You like red? What do you think of red? Tell me of red. Why are you so quiet? Why do you not speak? Say something. Is he always this quiet?
Sometimes.
Hello? Was the tea too hot? Did we burn your tongue?
Yeah. You're muted. Or I can't hear you.
Can you hear him? Does he ever speak? He has only said a few words since he walked in.
We can't hear you, Talrun.
Perhaps I can get you something you could write it down.
Okay, sorry.
Ah.
Sorry, I was really confused. I wasn't aware I was muted. So whenever I finish speaking, you keep saying, "Why aren't you speaking?" And I was getting really confused.
I can make it with tea with the lemon. It's good for the throat if you prefer. The pear is better.
No, that's fine. I was just being distracted by something. Yeah, I like Grim's suggestion. Red, dark red. But I want clothes that are good for working in, but loose fitting. Mobility is very important to me.
I kind of lean into Talrun so that Stasi can't hear me. I say, red's an excellent color. Not only does it look striking in the daylight.
Stasi is obviously like leaning in.
Yeah,
like
I know.
He's making no bones about it. He's leaning right into here.
I say not only does dark red look striking in the daylight, but at night it looks like black. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yes.
Black can make you look black.
No. Black is depressing during the day. During the day, you want to be noticed. You want to be stand out in a crowd, right, Talrun?
I think he's got a point there. I should be the center of attention. If people don't know who I am, then I cannot know that Talrun is beloved by all people. And that wouldn't make sense, now would it? Yes, go for the red.
Baggy red. Yes, I think I got it. He walks around you. He's checking you out. He puts his measuring string across your butt. Yes. Hold it there.
I've seen this gentleman kick. We need a lot of extra room in the crotch.
He measures you underneath, like.
Did you have to tell
I can make for you. I can make
that?
for you.
Yes,
No, you like it. You like it.
Yes. Sounds good. Could you put a symbol on it?
Symbol? Yes, I can. I think he does a little drawing.
I am.
Do the sewing, crochet.
I'll take off my necklace and kind of show him the image, which is an image from my monastery of the tiger.
Perhaps you could leave this with me, that I could draw from it instead of trying to remember. It'd be better. I would take good care.
I could quickly draw
Why
one.
do you worry? Why do you worry?
Okay, fine. I will let you hang on to it. Jeez.
Yes, you come back tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow evening I have for you. Yes, I can make.
Yeah, very good. Oh, and do
I
you
have 2 other jobs to do first, but I like you better.
and he likes you. Do you sell boots?
Leatherworkers?
No.
You go there?
No. You want that Murgy? He's a nice little man. Yes, Murgy. He's good. You like Murgy.
And his boots would complement your garments, I assume.
Yes, yes. If you are looking for the shoes of the ball, perhaps not Murgy's, but if you are looking for shoes that, well, for not balling, for going out and walking about and being seen, then yes, Murgy's.
We as much as we appreciate style, we are also very practical. So shoes must always be practical. I'm sure you'd agree, wouldn't you?
So that
exactly.
remnant of a shirt you were wearing that was practical?
It can be. After all, would you wear a white shirt to a wine tasting? I think not.
Yes, you wouldn't.
No, don't be ridiculous. It gives you like a
Exactly.
playful slap on the chest.
I laugh and I slap him back, maybe a little bit harder than I probably should have.
I am married.
Yeah, it's the right clothes for the right situation. I'm sure you'd agree, Mr. Stasi.
Yes, I make you a like.
Good.
You have told
Then
me what
we'll,
you want. You have sipped my tea. I have work to do.
Then
So-
we'll be back.
Wait, what is the cost of this?
Don't worry, we're all set. We'll see you tomorrow then. Tomorrow evening.
Yes. Go,
Just
go.
Gillen's cut to tomorrow evening. It'll be 900 sovereigns.
Take your tea. Bring back the mugs.
Oh,
I take the mug with no intention to bring it back. And I put
It's a teacup, really.
well we need flatware in our new house.
There was a little bit.
Okay. So I just got to put my arm around Talrun and kind of escort him out. And I say, these are professionals. Let them do their job.
I need to know how much it costs.
You mustn't worry about such things.
I briefly wish Jordan was here.
Where is Jaudet now? So you've left the church. You headed back to the house.
Yeah, back to the house.
Okay, so you're back there with Balmera, who's still grinning, I guess. I don't know. Tell me.
Yeah, she's still cleaning. And by that I mean she's not doing anything but sitting on her chair, smiling.
Talking to
Humming.
the room.
Okay, so that's what you see when you come home, Jaudet.
Hello? Hello?
To kind of, oh, is that you? And she leans in and kind of strokes your face.
Awkward.
Hey,
Did you take care of the man? You're such a nice guy. And she kind of stumbles to her feet and embraces him in a hug.
yeah, he's. I think I hear a donkey calling me.
Have you seen what all the nice mice and all the nice mice and squirrels have been doing? They have been cleaning. It's so nice of them. You're also so nice. And she kind of gives you a hug more. And so firm.
Does Yes. Does the house look clean at all?
I think Alex died.
Well, the cleaning that Alex did was clean. I don't think he finished.
No, it was a lot to work. I apologize.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll just converse with Balmira while keeping my distance, and I'll sweep the floor and normal
All right.
tidying
So
up
while
for
you're
now.
cleaning, you hear Scoot braying a little bit from outside.
I was also going to say the broom is probably going to disappear about halfway through your sweeping and it'll last an hour. So
Literally vanishes in your hands.
Well, I guess I am done with this.
Saved by the donkey.
Let me go. Yes. All right. So I'm gonna before the broom disappears, I'm gonna walk outside. I'm kind of holding the broom, maybe like you would like a club.
Uh-huh.
But I hear the doctor going nuts out back. So,
All right, he's not really going nuts, but he is braying, and you can see that he's wrapped himself around the tree 3 or 4 times, and the line is really short, and part of it's also wrapped around his front paw that Ron mentioned to you.
all right,
It's
well,
looking at you kind of pleadingly.
I'll unwrap her. There was food in cart. What possibility did you have going around 3? Yeah.
It nuzzles you for an answer.
Yes. Yes. You're a good donkey. Yeah.
Okay. So Scoot goes over, starts munching on some of the cart stuff as if it's just realized it was there.
Not smart, but good.
By the way, do you show any documentation to Balmera?
No, because it's not even filled out yet.
Right on. All right. So, Grim and Talrun, you guys go home from Stasi's?
We
did
don't
Grim
have to go. We don't have to go through the details, but we are also going to see about new shoes and something that's inflexible, but not. Well, at least I am. Just something with a good solid sole, but not but flexible enough for movement.
Okay. Well, the stores are pretty much closing by now. You were probably the last customers of the day at Stasi's, so you can maybe hit Murgy's tomorrow if you like.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll head back to our house, and I still have a bedroll, so I can always just lay it out in front of the fireplace as necessary.
Okay, so before you get to the house, you see a guard that you don't recognize. He's wearing a guard outfit, but he also has the symbol, the little city symbol that he's wearing, is the city of Cerner, which is to the north. It's a small village to the north. Okay. And he's actually standing outside your house. He's dismounted from the horse. He's standing outside your house, and he knocks on the door, not as strongly as Fenton did.
So we see him at our house when we're walking back.
Right. So you guys, Talrun and Grim are about maybe 100 feet away, 150 feet away, something like that, and they witness this. Meanwhile, Jawdad and Belmer are inside when they knock.
I kind of shout out, "Can we help you? We've
Well, that's over 50 yards. Like, you'd have to really yell it out. Does maybe somebody inside wants to respond to the knock on the door? You can certainly do that, but.
Oh yeah, no, I'll go to the door. Yes, just a minute. Yeah, I am. My hands are covered in. I'm hoping it's dust.
Okay.
Kind of, and then I'll go to the door.
We need to come up with better stalls for answering the door.
Hello and welcome.
He looks at you a bit wide-eyed. Yes, my name is Lamar Lath. Ivan said I could find you here.
Ivan was correct. Yes, I am here.
He said that you might be able to help me. I have to leave town. In fact, I've already left home, and I'm late for catching up with the other guards. He said that.
I need to leave town too. Maybe I could go with you. And she kind of stumbles up.
Go with me.
So you are.
He looks at you and I don't understand.
Is of no. Never mind. And so you need to borrow our donkey.
No. He said that you were. Well, he said that you were good people, and look, if you're ever in Cerner, maybe you could just check on my son. He's looking into my mother. She's very sick. It's why I stayed behind. But I had to leave him. If you're up there, his name is Simmel. You could just check in on him.
But Mel will just nod, and she will kind of push Jada to the side with a shovel with her.
Shove.
and she, oh, you poor thing, and she embraces him. Of course, you will look in on your son.
While he's being hugged, he holds his arms up, hands off, helplessly. He looks at Jada pleadingly,
She is not mine. You can touch.
Thank you. Pats the top of her head.
So your child is in Cerner.
Cerner, yes, to the north. His name is Simmel. My mother's name is Yulene. Maybe you could look in on if you're ever up that way.
We will do that.
Thank you.
So this is the help you need.
Yes.
His son is without his father, and he's probably going off to fight in that big war. And maybe he won't come back. Maybe he'll die tomorrow. Have you thought about
Big
that?
war? Die? What have you heard? What do you know?
You don't have to forgive her. Belmira is an aspiring storyteller.
Oh. I think you need to work on that.
Yes. But yes,
So there's no war?
Yes, as far as I know for sure, I do not know. So no.
But you'll check on Simmel for me?
She nods.
Yes, we will check on your son and your mother if we are ever in the north.
Thank you. Thank you. And he leaves. He gets back on his horse. And he turns and rides away.
I stand outside waving at him.
Then we arrive, and we're just.
I was gonna say I
who the hell was that?
could have come jogging up to the door, like panting slightly, having quickened my pace to get to the door. It's like, and he's already gone. It's like, whew, what was that about?
Grim, I cleaned the
Another
room.
suitor of hers.
Well, that's great. Who was that?
That was.
Yeah, it looks like a guard.
Yeah, he want us to go up to Semmel and look into someone called Sterner.
Yes.
Well, why?
He's his son.
I kind of shake my head as if to clear it, and I look at Jonette. Jonette, what happened?
This man, he is a guard from another town. He says that he has a son.
Sterner. She looks at Yara nodding.
Stanley, Simon. Yes, something.
So he's got a son. Go on.
Yes. In another
Ruin it
town,
for you.
and his son is checking on his grandmother. Well, not his grandmother, his son's grandmother, the father's mother.
Yeah, and he's going off to fight in the war and maybe die tomorrow.
And the mother's name is Eileen or something.
So was this a job, or was it?
He was
Yes.
he was told by captain of the guards.
Ivan.
Ivan.
Wow.
Yes, he was told by Ivan to come see us and just ask us if we happen to be there to maybe perhaps check on Simon and Eileen.
I can't tell you what I'm
Okay.
So Eileen and Simon.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like this.
How far away is this place anyway?
So well, that's
I don't know.
Half a
Up north?
day, 2 days.
Sorry, Cerner's about a day's ride to the north.
Yes.
Okay.
Be more than
Well-
a day on foot.
Also, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to go up there in a few days or so and check him out. Did he mention anything about any kind of payment?
No, this is favor for a guard.
Yes, another favor we don't get paid for. She kind of takes Grim by the hand and forces him inside. Look, how clean it is. All the animals helped me. I summoned them. She nods, smiling.
I kind of look around. It's like it looks pretty much the same as when I left.
Yeah, except for about a little 5x5 area. It looks pretty much the same. Yeah. That's terrific, Belmira. I think I need to get some sleep. This
has been a rough day. We'll
Okay.
see about going to go up north. That's a long trip though for this. But
So wait,
what
did
do you
he?
think? What do you think, Jordan? Is it worth it?
Is not something he says, can you go do? It's something he says, if you are there. So I think if maybe
Oh.
we talk to the dwarves,
Ah,
the
Envelopes?
yes, and ask them if perhaps they need something taken up north. If they do, then we take it with us. It is then a
oh.
job. If not, then we just go when we go.
Look, friends. If we decide to it occurs to me based on this recent happening. If we decide to take on this job of looking after people in distress, I do air quotes, then we're going to get all manner of people coming to us like, looking on my grandma because she's her head's gone gammy.
Yes, Belmeros almost screams,
but
and
this
we
is
will all be big heroes like Tolrun.
Well, sort of. But look, we the four of us can't look after the entire the entire west coast of front.
no. This had more to do with reputation. He starts with story. I was told you're good people.
Hey,
Well, if you
I'm all for building a reputation because that's gonna build our chances of getting further work, and I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying that if we start wandering all over the
Yes,
west
but-
coast doing this kind of stuff, it's going to get pretty exhausting.
This is why I say is not job. We do not go there for this. If we go there for something else, we also do this.
I suppose that's fair enough.
So,
On the bright side, we're going to be getting new clothes tomorrow. We put it in order. They're working on them now, so good news there.
And by we, I mean me and that guy, not all of us.
Torun and I.
Yes. So I take weeds on me and you both of you.
Well, you have to be measured if you.
No,
if
I
you-
understand. Yes, it's hell's done.
So that's good. You know,
Yes.
we have a house, such as it is, and I kind of look around.
So this favor for this guard, was it more like my son might need help right now, I need you to go down there, or is it more like just check up on him every now and again in case?
It was like, my son, he is checking on his sick grandmother. I cannot be there any longer because I have to go with army.
Oh, if if we can get some sick wives to check in on,
Yes.
What?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Depending on how you
husbands
want
husbands go off to war. People get lonely.
Yes.
Belmero just nods.
I kind of shake my head and turn around and say, I need to hang around with smarter people.
So, yeah. Perhaps tomorrow we talk to a. Anna and
Gwen?
Gwen about perhaps they clean and cook stuff for us. Perhaps.
Oh,
Well, it's already Gwen's job.
yeah. I suppose that's a good idea. We'll.
But how is it Gwen's job?
At the free, she
Well, she
cleans
does
it.
that.
Oh yes. I was thinking a side job.
Right. Well, we'll offer her some. I'm sure between the four of us, we can offer her some better money than she get at the three to Well, to give this place a good cleaning, and then maybe once a week or so, come in and give it a good
once
good
over.
sweeping. Yeah,
Yes.
Hey,
I'm with you there.
probably only need once every fortnight, unless we plan to make a mess of the place.
Well,
I look at Belmira.
I look at her too.
Twice a week it is.
Probably more practical yet.
Also, we should probably think about building fence out back.
Sure. If you want to talk to some of the local craftsmen, I'm sure they can cobble something up for us. Doesn't have to be fancy, right?
As long as functional.
Yeah. That's probably worth probably a couple of crowns, maybe. That sounds reasonable. Have you got anyone to take care of your beast for you?
Yes, that is easy enough. Is apparently merchant is come to town and speak with a stable boy and the halfling at 3. He sells donkey feed. Also, seems like he might be a bit
Wait a minute, donkey feed.
larcenous.
Horses, donkeys, mules—they all eat the same. They all eat the same feed.
Yeah, arguably, donkeys maybe
No.
slightly
Factually,
different.
not arguably. Factually, I'm not. I don't keep animals myself, but I'm not an idiot.
No, is slight difference in food for donkey and horse, but is mostly in additions. What carrots they eat, no sugar for donkeys. Sugar for horses is okay. Donkeys not so much. Donkeys need more salt. They retain more water. Is like a poor man camel.
Whatever. The point is, where we getting the feed from?
I can buy from a merchant after I talk to him and explain that he should not be manipulating young man who is confused about what is different between donkey food and mule food.
Okay.
So you're saying he's some sort of charlatan?
I am saying that he thinks he is some sort of shrewd businessman, and he is about to figure out that he needs to stop being shrewd or he's going to have to start paying for cleric.
I'm glad you're on our side.
Right, then, looking after this.
I will need you to come. In fact, you should probably come with me when I go to sell this. And I hold up the little container of carrion crawler goo that I collected.
Oh yes, and we still must get leather from kibids. Oh, speaking of kibids, is it illegal to keep kibids in house?
I don't know if it's illegal, but I don't think anyone's going to keep a thought of it. So
I don't think it's a law.
Well, the reason
Maybe
I am
if you had some sort of guard who was particularly obnoxious about it.
the reason I am thinking is not a lot of room to make house bigger, left or right or back or front, but kibids is diggers. We get a kibid, 2 kibids, 3 kibids, and they dig us a basement.
yeah, I like how you're thinking. That's a good idea. I have a way with creating phantoms, illusions, things like that. Maybe we could kind of persuade him a bit.
We could we could also perhaps start with simple.
Just asking.
Yes, we could perhaps also start with simple asking and reasoning.
Oh, we'll do
those
the
could
asking
be
and
things
reasoning,
like
but it would certainly be more effective if we asked and reasoned if we looked or if something looked like I don't know, say a dragon.
Yeah,
But
not
those
exactly.
were nice kibbits to us.
Yes, and also is my people have discovered that yes, it is possible to have people do work for you when they are afraid, but is much better to just have someone do work because it is what they do.
Well, That's fine. I'll keep the other as sort of a
Backup plan.
backup plan. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And the leather, perhaps we can get some of it made into armor, and the rest of it we can sell.
Hmm.
All right.
We
We're
could
doing
trade
quite
it
well
with.
then.
We could trade it with the merchant while we're getting new shoes. This is all coming together quite nicely.
Still, we're and at this point, it's really just Tolrune, Jawdat, and Grim sort of gathered around Belmira, sort of off in a corner, like staring up at the ceiling.
Or maybe she's watching you, just too stoned.
Oh, she's watching, but she's
contribute.
her eyes are wandering up to the ceiling.
But I don't
watching the squirrels.
I don't particularly need to accomplish anything else in this game night. So
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
If there's anything you guys want to do, let me know.
No, I was just gonna say this is all. I'm really happy with what we're doing now, but we need to establish a more reliable source of income, and just something for us to think about. We're doing okay right now, but our pouches are going to run dry soon, and we need to keep that in mind. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. You, Jodat, surely must understand all that. Being
yes,
a businessman as you clearly are.
Do you guys want to accomplish anything else this game evening?
I don't think so, except for finishing cleaning.
yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna clean.
Could you put up the house map, please, Alex?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I will summon another broom. I can only summon like one thing at a time. So I summon the broom and I continue sweeping.
I'm just personally curious if you guys have declared who owns what, or.
No, I honestly I don't need a room. I mean, I can roll my bedroll out in front of the fireplace and be comfortable. Eventually, I'll get a hammock or something like that and figure out where I can anchor it. But
I'm just curious. The last group almost got into a brawl over the room. So.
No. I like the fireplace. It's getting cool out. I like being able to roll my bedroll out in front of the fireplace, and I can also keep it lit. So.
All right. So, Balmera, where are you sleeping?
On the barrel?
Probably one of the barrels, yeah.
Pass out on a barrel?
No, she's not going to sleep on a barrel. Well, if no one goes into the left room, she'll go into that and just fall on the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll offer Jordat to take that room, since I remember his generosity towards that old man in the first session.
No, it's okay. You sleep in bed. Is much more important that your back and muscles are not stiff.
You have a point there. So I feel less guilty about taking it.
There is a well-used but somewhat soft couch as well.
Okay.
Is that where you want to sleep then, Janet?
That's
I
fine.
just want to know where everyone is. Okay. So when you guys sleep, you sleep normally, except for you, Janet. You have a dream. The dream is more like reliving a memory, and the dream is very, very accurate to how you remember your memory. The only difference is that the emotions, the anger, the sadness, the fear, all those emotions are intensified in the dream. You feel them more acutely during the dream. There's the dream, which is pretty much your words. One of the things you sent to me. That's just to remind you. So when you guys wake up the next morning, you can respond to that or not, Jadat. But you have a very intense, very emotional dream, and this vision comes back to you. All right, so it's morning on the 18th of Leafall.
Now, Rob, I know you said you wanted to keep the session shorter tonight because of...
I'm trying to sort of pick my moment here. I just wanted to give Jawhead a response to a chance to respond to that if he uses to. So who wakes up first then?
I'm an early riser.
Yeah, and I probably won't be long after because I'm right in the middle of I'm right in front of the fireplace, so kind of the center of the place. So people are going to be moving, as soon as people begin moving around, I begin waking up.
Okay, so you wake up to the sound of rain, steadily, not hard, but steadily falling outside.
Mm-hmm.
Jawhead and Bummer, you guys can wake up whenever you like.
I'll throw a bit more wood into the fireplace and again use my magic to ignite it. To start warming up the place. I'll sit by it and begin warming my hands. Pick through the last bit of food in my pack from the day before, and muse about how we really need to get a stockpile of food in here for a regular basis.
Yeah.
And finally, I'll just sit at one of the chairs at the table and begin kind of browse through this new spell book I have, perhaps imparting a few of them to memory.
Sure, yeah. I got a little thing I'll send you on copying the spells over. I'll do that after the between session.
Okay.
So eventually, do you want to do something, Talrin? You said you're awake.
Yep. Waking up, and this is early in the morning.
Okay.
Say hi to Grim, but the only thing I'm going to do is probably wait around till it's probably a more normal, till the shop's open and go get the thing I ordered from Bogran.
Okay. So stores in Crossmeet are open roughly 9 to 6, most of them. Some businesses are open longer. Obviously the inns, the taverns. Brogan happens to work late. Jawhead, when you wake up, you want to...
Well, at the sound of everyone stirring inside, Jawhead's actually going to walk in from outside, covered in rain. He's been outside pacing back and forth the length of the house on the road, kind of concerned by the abrupt storm. Let's face it, rainy storms aren't super common where he's from. And with the dream of that particular person and what she does, the fact that, the next morning it's raining, I've been sort of walking back and forth, maybe like half a house length past our house and half a house length past our house, looking up and down the road for this woman or her son or, something else. And so yeah, I'll come back in completely like sopping wet.
Okay.
What happened to you?
It's raining.
Why were you outside in the rain? Is what I was asking.
Yeah. He's like bad feeling.
Okay.
Yeah,
Torin accepts that answer.
It's difficult.
Drip, drip, drip.
Bad feeling? Did Bimera touch you?
No, it's bad feeling, not the dirty feeling.
Ah.
No, is so like with cards, and they tell you something, or sometimes in leaves or in palms. Sometimes also these notions come in dreams, and
I look at him serious all of a sudden. You mean prophecy?
No, not prophecy. Prophecy speaks of something untold fulfilling itself. This is a premonition of the fulfillment of a promise. Is not good promise.
Well, that's it sounds like prophecy in my book, something to come. But
Something, but it may not come. Yes, I'm not sure. It just the circumstances and the dream and then the storm is.
Hey, look, my master taught me, and he kind of pauses for a minute and kind of looks down. Uh, Look, I was taught that if you're seeing things that may or may not be, they're until they come to pass, there's something that can be done about them.
No, I am hoping if something is to happen, that this dream is more like a warning. Is get prepared. But I do not know. I am a long way from home. Is long way for the lady, for her to come. She's so old. Or for her son is long way. But
Look, let me get my my tea ready, and you tell us the story.
so this was some years ago. I was young man, younger than now, and is in south. We do not have many rainstorms like this. Is why there is water merchant. Is part of how my family has made money. And at one particular time, it was very bad in the normal wet season. What you is like winter up here. Is is normally when the rain it comes. Is not much. It does not come. And there was a large surplus of babies 5 6 years before. A population boom during a very good crop and merchant season. Is lots of celebrating results in lots of babies.
Sure, we had the same thing happen when there was a rather long winter up north.
Yes, and so one of the cities in my father's Shazat is like how you call is like barony is not kingdom is smaller is what my father he controls, and so is town Goviatlai is town south is is oasis town. No water access, no river, just oasis. This oasis is hundreds of centuries old, and the oasis it starts to dry up because there is no rain, and because the water dries up, trade it does not go through Goviatlai. It changes path. And so there's not a lot of camels or cows or wheat or anything brought to Goviatlai. It's bad time for people. I hear about this. I have friends in caravans that I know that they tell me this. And I go to my father and I tell him, and he at first says, no, we cannot do this, but eventually I convince him. And so we pack up caravan with wine, with water, with food, and we travel. We travel to Goviatlai. And as we get there, is no sooner we get there and is announced where we come from that the people in their skin and bones that you can see with their dark sunken eyes and is just bad, and they rush the caravan, and this water, these food we bring is a lot, but is not enough that everyone can just take. They must be given. Is it must be rationed, and the guards or for caravan they respond. They start pushing back, and people in Goviatlai they is bad time. They pick up rocks and sticks, and some have swords and other things, and they start attacking the guards. And
one of the guards. He hands me this long curved knife. His special weapon normally is used for taking off hands for thieves. Is very good used from horse or camel, and the is disgusting scene. The sun, it is covered by cloud, but not cloud that rains, just cloud that casts gloom across the entire town. There is smell of blood and water and wine. They are leaking onto the ground as people are tearing and ripping and breaking. In the food, some of it is being trampled, and people are trying to pick up these trampled bits of bread and meat, and are in turn getting trampled on the ground. And it is just chaos, most chaos I have ever seen ever. At end of event, at end of riot, I am not sure. When things they calm down, some people are dead, some people are beaten. In one guard in particular, he's dead. He's dead. He has been killed with farming tool. And I look at my hand, and dagger that guard gave me is covered in blood. And next to me is young man. Maybe he is 15, 16. I'm not sure. And I have no memory of stabbing him or cutting him. But he is dead. And this woman, she is I'm trying to think. In my world, we call him Mia Kill. Is a lady who is she can conjure rain and water. She can revive plants. She speaks with animals.
They call them druids here. I know what you're saying.
She's looking at me, and I can see inside of her eyes something is dead as the boy she is looking at. And she is very upset. She's mad. She is mad because her magic, it has not worked. She is mad because there was riot. She is mad because there's been no water. And she is mad because this young man, he's dead. And I am holding a knife. And I drop the knife. I remember dropping the knife. And the knife, it stabs into ground. And the blood, it pours out. It looks like I stabbed ground. And blood from ground. Like ground is bleeding. And she looks at me. And she starts crying out for Parsai. Parsai, she says, pointing at me. This is exchange of life. I killed him. I'm guilty. The small town, they have a Parsai. They kill me. But it's not something that happens. Obviously, I'm here talking to you now. Is the town? It forgives me. The officials. Partially because maybe I didn't do it, partially because I bring water and wine and food, and partially because Goviadlai is inside of my father Shazat. It's not good business to kill the Shazatai's son. Is bad. So perhaps I did do this, but I am not going to suffer fate because my father is my father. But this appeases some people. Most people in town is okay with this because they are drinking, they are eating for first time in months. But this woman, she is not okay with this. And I remember she draws symbol on ground in blood from young boy. And she says that she will not forgive me and that someday she or her son will find me. Now, this is sounds like perhaps empty threat coming from old lady in town so far away, but her son was the young man on ground. He is dead. She has cursed me with a ghost. And last night I have memory of this. but it's not like dream because I can smell blood. I can taste the water. I can remember the fear that turns into anger, that turns into fear, that turns into regret. I can remember all this. I feel it in my heart. And this morning, I wake up to sounds of drip, 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 drip. And this reminds me of the sound of blood from dagger hitting ground. And I look out the window, and it's raining. Is this druid, as you call her? She is a water. Yeah, Mikolai. She is a water druid. And well, think about it. Last night was conversation about dagger. And is truth, is fake, is not, is real, is lost, is back. And where did you say dagger was? In water. But I have dagger. Just like I had dagger then, they killed her son. And this morning is a rainstorm. Yeah, I just do not know.
Sounds like you had a bad dream.
Bamero comes out. Can you not be quiet in the morning? As he goes over to the table and dumps into a chair and kind of notices the mood around the table, and she looks down at the table.
And suddenly, in the silence there, where you're looking around the room, there's sort of this tension hanging in the room from Jadet's words. You hear at the door a heavy knock. It's clearly the knock of a gauntleted fist. Boom, 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 on the door.
I'll get it.
No, we're going to call it right there.
Oh, bloody hell.
Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Kudos to my players. Some great role-playing. And we'll see you all again next week. Bye.